Did you know there are 3 mobile exclusive Tales games, and that they're now lost forever? Learn everything you need to know about the Forgotten Tales trilogy and the fan project to bring it back, all in 2 minutes or less. Tales of Breaker, Tales of Commons, and Tales of Wahreit are collectively known as the Tales of Mobile trilogy, released exclusively in Japan for the Docomo 900i phone-based gaming platform. The series includes almost all of the traditional elements from the Tales main series, including a linear motion battle system. Tales of Breaker was the first in the trilogy and was originally released episodically as 6 chapters. It takes place within the Elialit Empire as the current ruler Ivan IV seizes control over a company called the Welltex Corporation that invents technologies and provides them to anybody in need. But after it is made property of the crown, their inventions were exploited for profit and to bolster Elialit's military. You play as Mika, a young girl from a peaceful village who received a letter that begins explaining her connection to the founders of the Welltex Corporation. Naturally, you set off on an adventure to learn more about your origin. Tales of Commons was released next and adopts almost everything gameplay related from Tales of Breaker, but as is usual with Tales, it features a brand new story in a brand new world, this time the world of Yupatel. In the past, there existed small dragon-like beings called Zilfixies that attached to a person on the day of their birth, but these things stopped appearing. Mechanical Zilfixies have long since been the substitute, but as a young man named Alvin was making his way through the rainforest, he hears singing in the distance. He makes it to the ruins of an old temple where he meets Safina, who is praying for a natural Zilfixie to appear, and in a flash of light, it does, and thus Alvin and Safina's story begins. Unlike Tales of Breaker, Commons was given a subtitle similar to those of the main series titles in Japan, and that subtitle is an RPG to walk alongside a changing world and trusting thoughts. Tales of Wahreit is the final game in the mobile trilogy, and as you may have guessed by the title, it has strong German themes and references throughout, Wahrheit itself meaning truth in German. It was also given the subtitle an RPG to find the meaning of living. Wahrheit was much larger in scope than the previous 2 mobile titles. It doubled the amount of chapters from 6 to 12 and introduced the grade system from the main series, which was absent from both Breaker and Commons. You play as Seltz, who is the son of a world-renowned weapon merchant, and while you have also taken a liking to weapons and machines, you aren't sure if you're good enough to carry your father's legacy, which becomes a challenge sooner rather than later as disaster strikes at a weapons expo you are attending with your father, who meets his untimely end during the commotion. It is at this time you meet a renowned witch named Vera and set out on a journey to discover what is happening to the world. There may be some hope for those out there who want to experience these stories firsthand though, as a group of fans is embarking on the ambitious task of remaking the trilogy from scratch. Since most of these games are lost and unknown, some things will need tweaking or reworking, but the goal is to keep it as faithful as possible to what we know of the original games. It is 100% non-profit and simply being done by Tales fans who don't want to see these stories disappear. You can find out more by using the link in the video description. While you're down there, you could also hit the like button, jump down in the comment section and let me know if you like this video or not, or check out my Patreon page where people like John Cowan help me bring you more great content like this. Other than that, I'll see you all soon.